Hello, everyone. This is Crystal with We Are Magic, and this is another podcast episode. So, I have been told that YouTube is cracking down on foul language. I call it spicy talk or spicy speak. I speak very spicy. I've been speaking spicy since I was 10. And I mean, they are demonetizing people. Now, I'm not monetized yet, so good luck, but they may delete your channel. And you're like, oh my God, Crystal, how will you deal? You tell me, because it's every other word for me. Like saying a spicy word is like saying the, and, yes, no. I mean, it just flows off the tongue. So yeah, spicy. I gotta temper down the spice with the language. I just can't be on here going off like I usually do. So yeah, that's what's up right now. How are y'all doing? How are things? I hope they're great. So I was guided to pull a divine affirmation card from my friend Christina Jerry. You can order these cards at www.xtinajerry.net. I had a topic, and maybe I'll do that another time, but this is what we're going to go with today. And what was chosen by Spirit is step forward. Of course, here comes the planes. We're going to roll with it like my son said. Y'all know where I'm at. You know I'm out here. When I am knocked, I pause, breathe into my heart space, and step forward in my greatness. Love this card. Okay. How do you handle stressful situations? How do you handle setbacks? How do you handle things that just stop you in your tracks? Do you just go, oh my God, I give up. I guess it's not meant to happen. Or do you just, like my sister Christina Jerry said, you breathe into your heart space and you pause and you reflect. And then you step forward. I do both, okay? Like I said, I'm going to keep it real with you. Sister Girl's not perfect, okay? I know I inspire everybody, but maybe I'm inspiring you because I'm telling you how I mess up. See, I said mess up, and I didn't say the F word. Bravo. Bravo, Crystal. Bravo. Look, bravo all around. Yes. So, I just saw my aura. Shut up. Anyway, so can y'all see my aura? It is popping. Quit playing with it. So what I do when I'm stopped in my tracks, like I'm going forward, I'm handling business, and the universe is like, hold up, no. Or some outside interference happens, stop. You're trying to get a deadline done, and then a million more things pop up that needs done yesterday, and you're like, how does Crystal handle it? I do it several ways. First, I go into a whole human victim meltdown. And, start blaming Saturn and whatever planets in retrograde at the time, or whoever's squaring up to me. I go off. I go off on the fam. They get me. They know me. I know them. It's just, they're doing what they're supposed to do, right? But then I realize, like, okay, you've had your temper tantrum. Apologize to everyone because they're literally, helping you with your journey. You asked them to do this, so. And normally when I stop being all crybaby victim about it, I realize it was a blessing that I was stopped, or I was shown you're doing too much. Because what normally happens with me, if I stress myself, because I'm a very masculine spirit, I'm trying to adopt the yin more. I love the dark. I love everything dark. I'm a whole Scorpio. So that feminine side of me is there. But the masculine, because of my upbringing, the masculine energy, the yang energy is like, go for it. Push, be better, do this, do that. Instead of just saying, wait a second, let's flow a bit. Let's receive. Let's get some insight before we step forward. It's just like, no, get it done now. So I just go harder. And when I go harder and push, instead of stepping, instead of being breathing into my heart space, going within, meditating, taking a chill, I'm in control of my personal universe. Like, this is my universe. I can't control outside. We're all co-creators in this reality. So whatever you got going on is your thing. But in my universe, when things go haywire, the universe is like, what is out of balance, Crystal? Right? So once I calm the hell down and realize it, because if I don't, I said hell. No, YouTube, give me a chance. We're 5 minutes in. We're fine. When I calm down, or if I don't calm down, rather, if I push too hard, I get sick. Like where you have to lay down and you have to reflect and you have to heal and you have to rest and you have to take a break. And that's what I do. And now I want to get to the point where I shouldn't have to get sick to take a break. I will be going on vacation next week. I don't go on vacations because of my workload with what I call my matrix job, the one that pays the bills. This doesn't pay the bills. This is just me gathering, an audience, okay, for the future money. But right now, no, this is just me. This is free content. This is free. Everything I'm giving you, free wisdom. While it's out here, take it, okay? Because I will be selling a Shadow 101 digital course. Too excited about it. I'll keep y'all updated. I'm this close to being done. I'm just close. Whew. All right. So, my job is really demanding. And, a lot of people can't do what I do at my job. None of them can do what I do at my job. And I'm very needed at my job. So I almost contemplated taking my work to vacation with me, like just, work for 4 hours and then use annual leave for the rest of the time. And Spirit was like, no. I was like, but my workload, my report is going to be tripled. I'll never get this done. And the Spirit was like, work will always be there. But here's the ego. I don't want to be behind. I don't want to be behind. I don't want to look like I'm incompetent. Ego. I have a perception, and especially last year and this year, Spirit, the universe, everybody's involved. They're just beating it down, right? I'm thinking, and they're like, oh, you got to kill your ego. Oh, it's impossible to do that, because of how long you've been putting on this perception. It is, I feel like it's healing your ego to where it's in balance with your true higher self, the true spirit that you are, that embodies your vessel. You're already embodied. You just got to accept it. You got to say, I ask my higher self to embody me fully. But with that being said, my higher self is running the show completely right now. But I still have, the matrix crystal. It's like, but I'm going to look like an idiot. And my higher self's like, who cares? This shit's not even real. Oh, second cuss word. The spiciness is coming out, guys. So Spirit will knock you. The universe will knock you down a couple pegs if your ego is inflated on this reality of being the best and looking the best and being better than everybody and I want to be the best at what I do. I want to be the best at everything. And Spirit's like, wow, really? I thought we've come so far in these 4 years of your growth. No, I've got 40 years of programming. Okay. So 40 years. I am 47. It's going to take a minute to get this down. So I need to get to a point because we all have this. Oh, there's a nuthatch at my window. I have my Burbies. I have to get to a point, Crystal, stay focused, to where I don't care what people think about me. That's what took so long for me to have a public platform because I was afraid of non-playable character troll individuals, try not to cuss, coming for me. Because when you were bullied as a child and into adulthood, and then you're in a bully relationship, you have a bully dynamic with your parents, and you're constantly being punched down on, and then you get crapped on with employers, and you get crapped on by coworkers. It doesn't end with childhood. You're constantly being picked at. And I noticed last night when I was walking here in New York on my way back home, from hanging out with my sons, we had the best Japanese food near Columbia. It's a new place. It's a new spot. And my God, my New Yorkers, quit playing. I'm not even telling you the name because y'all gonna pull up in there and our place name's play. It's so good. But anyway, It's a brand new Japanese place. Absolutely great restaurant. Sushi, food, everything. It was just the atmosphere, the vibe, the music. Crystal, stay focused. You're on food now. What are you doing? See? If you're not going to let me cuss, I'm going to talk about food. But I'm walking. And New Yorkers have this habit of everyone thinks they're the main character. No one has the decency to scoot over. I'm not going to walk in dog poop for you because you don't want to get out of the way. So this is where, you get shoulder bumped and I'm walking in, that type of shenanigans starts happening. But last night I realized they were non-playable characters because, like I said, if you play a video game, Grand Theft Auto, Skate 3, Modern Warfare, you have non-playable characters. And non-playable characters are AI built into the system, okay? Not really being controlled by their higher self. They're just out here, they're just non-playable characters. Like, they won't listen to reason. They will never hear what you got to say. They think their truth is only their truth, which is fear, division, matrixy. They're nose deep in QAnon. They're nose deep into politics. They're nose deep in all division and separation and white versus black and dark versus light and bleh. Those people are non-playable characters to me. You jump in the comments and you bully people and you say dumb stuff to try to hurt people's feelings. Look at me going off and haven't said one spicy word. Well, anyway, these two non-playable characters, me and my son were walking. And it made me think of Skate 3 when he's playing. My stomach's growling, guys. Y'all just going to have to listen to it. I haven't eaten. So, like he's walking or he's trying to do a trick play on his skateboard. And the computer system will start bringing in people. Just notice your surroundings. And this is literally not real. This is all matrixy stuff. You're real. Your universe is real and how you're setting it up. But the outside influence, you start to see the shenanigans. So with his game, the more he goes to the spot, the more he practices trying to do this trick spot, then what happens? The computer will start bringing people to disrupt what he's trying to do. And they get in front of him. They're like, watch it. And, they're bumping into him and stuff. And that's how I see non-playable characters. So if I'm in a rush and these non-playable, inconsiderate humans don't want to scoot a little bit out of the way from me, I don't got time. As long as there's not dog poop involved or I'm not going on the side of the road about it, I'm just going to walk around you because I don't care how your ego feels right now. You feel like, oh, that's why I don't move for no one. Who cares? That's so ignorant. Like, this is how fights start. Stupid, dumb fights and people get stabbed or shot. And we got to do better, guys. So it hit me last night. I was like, normally the ego, Crystal, gets offended like, move. I didn't say it, but move. But I was like, I don't got time for y'all. It's cold. I'm going to go home. I'm tired. I'm full. I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to bed. I'm not going to sit here while you two are just, nobody's scared of nobody. I promise you, I'm not scared of no human on this planet. Not one. But when I need to get somewhere, I don't got time to be like busting through people. Like, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But I'm definitely not going to go on the road about it. So if you are so inconsiderate enough to where you're trying to push me off the road or into, people do not clean up their dog poop here. I'm doing so good. They're not cleaning up their dog poop. I'm not stepping in it for you. But I'm so considerate for people. If I see an elderly person or someone for grocery, a little buggy cart or whatever, I will get out of their way for them. I will. I do it for a lot of people. No matter if you're a man or a woman. I respect the fact that you have the way to go. And you're hauling something and it's cold out here. You try and get home. I respect it. Okay? So yeah, you got to see. Now, I know I'm venturing off. I know I am. That's why, I'm talking about ego. And that's what this is about. When I'm knocked, I got to keep going. I got to go around the ego. My stomach is growling like crazy out here. Maybe I've drunk water. I've drunk water today. I've had my fiber today. I've even had a cup of coffee. Now I'm drinking tea. Merch is available. Link in the description. Support your sister. Let's get this money going and We Are Magic. Come on, I got stuff to do. We got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. So yeah, how do you step forward? How do you get it from a strong situation? When the doctors told me this was my last surgery, for a second I was knocked. I was knocked. I was not, for a minute, I was knocked. I was like, and I had a breakdown one day. I cried. But I did it early in the morning before my family woke up. And then lo and behold, they came downstairs when I was in pure meltdown and I couldn't hide it. And I was like trying to wipe my face because I always want to remain strong for my family, because when they think I'm down, they think I'm giving up, and I'm not. I'm just a human and I need to cry. Emotions are a real thing. I keep hitting this mic, guys. Emotions are a real thing. Air signs, earth signs. It's a real thing. Your emotions are attached to your energy. So if you're just a being of light, you have emotions. So you can sit here and act like you don't. I know plenty of Aquariuses. I know plenty of Libras and Geminis, very emotional people. Completely emotional. Okay? Earth signs. Grounded, maybe very logical, but they are the angriest people. Like, they go straight volcano on you. Okay? So don't play with earth signs either. It's not just fire signs and water signs who have emotions. Okay? So yeah, I am crying my eyes out. They come downstairs and they're upset. And they, don't give up, Crystal. Don't give up. I'm like, I'm not giving up, guys. I've got to cry and I've got to let this stuff out or it's going to eat me alive. And that's why I didn't show them emotion when, the doctor would give me a bad report. Because just seeing them devastated, like, just destroyed me. So what I would do with my illness, the doctor tells me one thing. I'm like, okay. I cried for a minute, and then the spirit was like, girl, come on, we got stuff to do. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I don't got time for this. And I just keep it pushing. Like I said, that one time in the hospital, they sent me home with preventive care. It's like, there's nothing we can do for you. We are literally pumping magnesium and potassium into your veins, and it's just coming right out of your ostomy bag. Like, I had the depletion amounts, the amount of or lack of potassium and magnesium in me, that it was at heart attack levels. My heart should not have been beating. And I told y'all, Crystal, you're not supposed to be alive, right? How is this happening? And I say, because they won't understand higher self. They won't say, I embodied my higher self back in 2020. No. 2019. I embodied my higher self back in 2019 on the Wolf Moon. And I'm out here. No, that's not what I'll say. I say I'm an X-Men. And they all laugh. And it's funny. Well, you must be, because, they don't understand how I'm still alive. My gastrologist says because I'm stubborn. And he's always seen it in me. He's like, I've always believed in you. And I knew you wasn't going anywhere. But when surgeons come out and say things like, that's when the family gets a little riled up. So I stepped forward. I got knocked for a while. The next step's hospice, Crystal. Well, if I would have accepted that and stayed knocked, I would not be talking to you today. I got to keep going. There's plenty of stories out here where someone has stage 4 cancer and they're like, we give you 6 months. And that was 10 years ago. And they're still going. I have died once and I rejected it. No, twice. I've done it twice and I've rejected it. Like, I'm not ready. I've saw my life path. I know I shouldn't be showing this on camera. My life path ended here. These little branches and stuff that's happened, those are new lines. Now, I don't know about hand readers and how y'all feel about that, but you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we have the illusion of free will. And I do believe, like in those, I'm going back to a video game because I've got to get y'all to understand this with video games. There's certain video games, I forgot the name of this video game. It's a cool game. You need patience with it. Well, they always make you choose. They ask a question. You want to do this? You got to choose either this or that. That's how I feel our higher selves have set our life path up. Yes, you have free will to choose which path you're going to take every single time. But each path has a design, purpose, and destiny. And you don't have to agree with that. That's fine. If I don't resonate with you, you don't have to accept that. This is my belief. This is my personal belief. This is how I feel. This is how my life path has gone. This is how I've experienced life. I have taken several routes that could have went several different ways. I could foresee it. It's neat. It's neat. Stomach's growling. I'm about to get off here and eat something, guys. But yes, I have a tendency to insert myself into the void. Now, usually the universe puts you in the void. And then to me, the void is not a scary, dark. It's a dark place. The dark night of the soul it's called spiritual depression. Completely different. How you pull yourself out of the dark night of the soul? Now, at the time, you don't feel like it's going to happen, right? You're just like, this is the end. This is it. But you're here. So you obviously got out of it, right? How'd you do it? You stepped forward. Through the pain, through the anguish. Just feels like everything is just pulling you down, right? You just feel like the energies are just pulling you down into the abyss just for eternity. And, oh God, I got so deep then. But you're here. And you crawl through it and you just step forward. That's how you do it. You just keep climbing, baby. You keep reaching for your goal. It never ends. Once you think you know everything, a year from now, you're going to look back and go, oh, wow, I didn't know shit. Fourth spicy word. I didn't know anything that I thought I did. Yeah. That's how you do it. You step forward. You keep pushing. You have this will and this determination. I think that's what the yang energy is also there for. It's not just to go, 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 go until you burn yourself out. The yang energy, the yin energy, the dark energy is the receiving and the wisdom and the rooted foundation into the planet. It is mother, okay? But the father energy is to push, go, learn how to swim. They'll learn how to swim. They know how to do that. That's the yang energy, but you're not meant to be 24/7 yang. You're just not meant to do that. You got to be balanced, okay? You've got to rest. You got to receive the wisdom. You got to heal. You got to do all the things. You got to love yourself. You got to nurture yourself. You got to be good to yourself. You got to say no. No, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. Why? Because I don't want to do it. I'm tired. I need rest. You got to be good to yourself. So step forward in your heart space. Once you go yin, then the yang can push through. This is where you're going, all right, I got this. I can handle this. We cannot stay in this vibration of misery. You've been knocked down. What do you do when you fall down, depending on how hard you fall? You get back up. People, men, want me to fall in love with them. Hilarious. I don't fall. I grow. I've always grown in love. I'm rooted in you. Okay? I root. And it usually takes friendship. It takes conversation. It takes vulnerability. I'm a Scorpio. I like it when you open yourself up to me so I can trust you. I love it when a person is honest, even brutally honest. Not narcissistic, toxic, shitty honest. I'm talking about honest. Like, this may hurt, Crystal, but this is what I did. I love that shit. Yeah, it hurts, but I respect it so much more instead of finding out lies. So if you're honest with me, if you're vulnerable with me, if you become like a bestie to me, yes, that's how I love. And I root into you. So you fall down, you get back up, right? Dust yourself off. Like I said, depending on how hard the fall is, but you usually can get up and keep it moving. When you're rooted in something, like you just cannot, even if a tree falls down, sometimes they get uprooted out of the ground. Tornado or just some crazy wind blows through or whatever. Oh yeah, doing her shenanigans every once in a while. Love her. It's one of my aspects. Picture that. So yeah, shout out to, oh yeah. But with the root, normally, when you cut down a tree, if you cut it down and you don't kill the root, you'll start to see little sprigs coming back up because the root is still alive. And it still grows. So for me to do a cord cutting ceremony, it's not just I release you. I have to do a rooted, envisioning, meditation, candle burning, huge. I have to see myself taking the cord and uprooting it from my heart and yours and then disintegrating that shit. That's how I have to do it. I just got over 2 years. I've been single for 2 years, divorced, okay, in 2021, but we broke up in 2020. I am just now over my ex-husband, like seriously over him, like released. I released him. And I've done that root ceremony so many times to myself, but it's repetition and it's purpose, and absence does not make my heart grow fonder. Absence for me helps me move on. So for those who plays games and like, well, I'm not going to call her, or I'm not going to text her, or I'm not going to reply to see her loyalty. You'll see yourself by yourself, because you won't have this one, because I know who I am. And that's another thing I know, this is off topic. If I see the divine in you and I see your true beauty and purpose and energy, and you can't see that in me, well, then you're not worthy. And that's how y'all need to be. Male and female. They cannot see the beauty in you. It's not ego, and it's not being conceited. You know the healing you've done. If you're watching my channel and you're a subscriber or a follower or whatever, you're listening to me on podcast, you're on the journey of self-healing. That's why I am magic. I am not a guru. I am not a shaman. I am not an ascendant. I see us as source. I see you as me, an off branch of source. We're all out here. We're source, scattered. Source, mother, father, God, creator, creatress, all the things. That beautiful energy that keeps us going, the flower of life. That's who we are, right? The tree of life. We are out here in the multiverse, living several lives. You dream and you visit and you jump and you do all these things. So if you're following me, you know this. And if you don't know it, activation code, boom. Okay. But yeah, that's what you are. You are on the journey of healing, not for everybody else, not to impress anyone. You're doing this for your own personal development as source, as playing a human being on this planet of life. So when you go back to source as you, because you're not stuck in a hell state, you're not going to hell about it because you don't believe in that shit. You're not, it's not what they say it is. The underworld is real, but again, it's all through source. It's just crazy. It's so much more than what we know. And you go back to source, as source, and you look back at your life and you go, God bless it, I did it. I figured it out. I got enlightenment. I enjoyed myself. I didn't let the Matrix parasitic program mess up my whole entire life. May have messed up half of it. Had me thinking money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Had me in the vibration of F abundance. I hate rich people. I hate all that crap. Is a program so that you don't receive abundance. If you have these shamanic woo-woo people out here saying you don't need money, but they're on some huge land in Costa Rica that they bought with money, don't listen. They're fake. They're fake. They're fake. They have money. Or they wouldn't be living in Costa Rica from America. They took your money, your subscription money, and they bought something, but they're telling you, you don't want money. You don't need. That's the game we're playing right now. So since the Matrix has money involved on this entire planet as a currency, because, back in the day, we traded and we did things. There was always money in a sense, but it's the matrixy program of it. So as long as you hate it and you hate people who are rich and abundant and have yachts and sailboats and stuff like I used to, just hating ass person over here. I was just so jealous of them. I'm like, must be nice. I stayed in this broke, busted mentality. And yeah. So now I was knocked, right? Just like the card. I was knocked back. And I stayed in that vibration of broke, busted, and disgusted. Now, am I flowing in money? No, but I'm making more money than I ever have in my job. Mainly because I live here in New York. So, they have to go with the, winter is coming, the bear market that's going to happen. And, It's called the Great Housing Reset is what it's actually called. They're going to use politics about it. They're going to make it Democrat versus Republican. But I'm going to give a cheat code right now. This is something they do. It's cyclical. It's called the Great Housing Reset. No one's telling you this. But what happens is they will have a bear market, which means the stock market will crash. People will lose all kinds of money. And then people will start losing their houses and their businesses. And then the rich, the smart ones, will swoop up what's left. And then all of a sudden, everything goes back to normal in a year or two. And then we're back at it, still blaming Democrats and Republicans when it's a whole world agenda. This is what they do. It's a game. Like I said, it's cyclical. They make fun of spiritual people who use moon cycles and all this other stuff, but they do it. They make up these holidays and they act like it's for a religion or a birth of a nation or the Gregorian calendar or whatever. But it's literally their own little things that they're doing. So if they can play games with us and use your energy, because you can power a whole city, if they can do that, why not do it for your own personal little universe? And like, oh, everybody can't be an entrepreneur. Well, if it's not if it's not meant for you to be an entrepreneur, if it's not meant for you to have money, I'm going to tell you right now, you have people out here like Grant Cardone, love him, who was like us, struggling, went through hell, tried everything, did everything wrong, but he stepped forward and he started buying properties. Yes. Yeah. Get you an LLC, get your little business license or whatever. And these people are multi-billionaires now with assets and riches and stuff. Money's not running out. Money's not going anywhere. It's out there, but it's in your universe, waiting for you, that you've been building for millennia. All you have to do is go, I'll take that now. And you got to start breaking the money blocks, which is money is the root of all evil. You got to stop hating on rich people. Whatever they do, for instance, rich people do pedophile stuff and there's sex trafficking and there's this and there's that. And it's happening with poor people too. Rich people steal from poor people, do it too. Here's the thing. If you're a horrible human being, it doesn't matter if you have money or not. What happens is they were horrible, poor, and then they got rich and stayed horrible. You know for a fact, if you had money, your family would be set up. Your future generations would have, generational wealth. And you already know you would help people. You know you would. Plus, there's nothing wrong with having something nice for yourself. If you want to buy a sailboat, buy it. If you want to own property, own it. There's nothing wrong with that. We have been working our butts off for the matrix parasitic system and saying, well, I'll pay my taxes. Well, okay. I pay my taxes. Oh, well, whoop-de-doo. You'll have to pay more taxes when you're rich, but you're killing yourself, paying all the taxes now, struggling, right? We have to step forward. We get knocked. When you get a raise and then a new debt appears, that's a money block. I've had it. I've had it. I know. And I'm taking the steps to remove that shit. And now that I'm doing that, my credit score is going up again. Like everything's vibing. Like it's just programs that they've put in us. They knocked us back. So now we got to step out of it. Why is my heater making that noise? My heater, this New York heater is here to like pop and bang and stuff. And forget about it. But yes, I have the determination to never give up. When it is time for me to leave this earth, this vessel, I'll probably jump to another one. But when it's time, it'll be my time to go. But I'm going to do what I have to do to keep going. When I get knocked and when I'm told to sit the heck down, and I'm sorry I'm slamming on my desk. Y'all know I speak with my hands. Instead of going, oh my God, what did I do wrong? It's like, okay, What is in me that is allowing this vibration to happen? What is it in me that's causing this chaos? Why is everything stopping me? And then it's just Spirit's way, most of the time, telling me to chill your little ego and quit trying to be perfect and sit down and rest so you don't get sick. Yeah, that's what happens. But after I'm knocked, what do? You step forward. And it's crazy. You'll see the road, just path will just will open up for you. Once you acknowledge Spirit, that's why we say meditate. Of course you pray. I pray every freaking day. It's communication to me. I'm always praying without ceasing. I'm always talking to Source, God, Goddess, Creator. I'm always talking to higher self, same person. I'm always talking to my ancestors, same person. I'm always communicating with my spirit guides. I talk to myself every freaking day, all day long. People probably think I'm crazy. I have to stop myself from talking to myself out loud, outside. I'm in New York, so, they'll be like, put me on what is New York, so we don't want that. But yeah, communication is prayer. Listening and receiving is meditation. It's not the devil. Shutting the hell up for 10 minutes is not the fucking devil. I'm so sick of this parasitic system. The government and religion are one and the same. They are all involved. This is why we have the holidays based around religion. You got days off based around religion. And they'll say, well, that's what our country was founded on. I found something on TikTok from Europe, from England, where they said that is not true. And that is not what happened. They did not come over here for religious freedom. They came over here to persecute people. Manifest destiny. I mean, it's out there. Look it up. And they were pretty much, ran out because they were pushing this very strict religious agenda on people, but still doing very demonic, so-called evil things to get that agenda across. That makes more sense, doesn't it? With the genocide and the slavery and all the things. So yeah, just start researching the truth about history. Don't get depressed about it. Don't go deep into it where you're like, oh my God. It's a knowing, right? So when I read the Bible now, kind of hard for me too though, because I read the whole Bible when I was super religious and just delve into that stuff. But once they clicked me out of that programming, when I read it now, I'm like, oh my God, what were we doing? What were we thinking? But I need to read it and that's why I don't research all religions. Because most religion, there is truth in all religion, but most of it is a man's perspective, a human perspective. Human stories, I call them human stories. And you cannot humanize gods like that. That's why it doesn't make sense why gods just go destroying the planet or people they were angry. They're just doing what they do. You have certain energies that are creation. You have certain energies that are preservation. You have certain energies that are destruction. Mine happened to be the destruction gods. So yeah, and it's fine. And when I found out who my higher self was, I was devastated. Because I was so religious. And the person who's linked to me, y'all know, I was like, what? And I remember talking New Life Tools, Brother Joseph. Talked to him about it. I was just devastated because I'd found out. So he knew who I was too. And he was like, but you're still a goddess nonetheless. I was like, yeah, but why can't I be Lakshmi or Aset or these little pretty? And he was like, you're still a goddess nonetheless. He said, a very powerful one too. That's a lot of energy you're working with, Crystal. That's a lot of energy. I was knocked again. But I stepped forward. I had to have faith. You've got to have faith. You have to set an intent that I don't give up. But you have that faith, that intent is also stopping and releasing the attachment of it. And that way you can ask the universe, hey, I need your help with this. And God will be like, oh, we out here. Let's go. Right? I got to go. I love y'all. But yeah, step forward into your greatness, boo-boo. Step forward into your greatness because you are magic. And I love you. Have a good one.